So then gang, when you're working with functions and you're taking in arguments or parameters and you're specifying the type of those parameters like we are doing in these two functions, sometimes the type specification of the parameters can get quite long-winded, like in this case right here, just a simple union type, and in this case down here where we say the parameter user must be an object with a name property, which is a string, and a UID property, which is a string or number. Okay, so these are quite complex type specifications for these parameters, and sometimes we might use these different types in different functions. We might have a third function like greet again or something like that, which uses the same kind of type specification for the parameter. So what we're doing is just repeating a lot of code over and over again. So our way around this is to make our own type aliases and define those first just once in the file, and then we can use those as many times as we want in different functions. So say for example we want to make a type alias for this thing right here. So we could do that by saying type, and then it's going to be string or num. That's what I'm going to call it, and this is going to be equal to a string or a number. Okay? So now we're saying that this type right here is a string or a number. So now instead of writing it out here, I could just say string or num like this. And I could do the same thing down here where we have a string or a number. I could say string or num like that. Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier. We don't have to write this out all of the time. We can just say string or num, and you can make this shorter if you wish. Now, we could also do something similar for this thing right here, this object, which must have a name and a UID. I could create another type right now, and I could call that, for example, obj with name. And I could set that equal to an object where we have a name property, which must be a string, and also a UID property, which could be a string or num. Okay, so now I'm saying that this type specification is basically called object with name. So now instead of all of this, I can just delete that and say that the user must be some kind of object with name. And that is so much easier, because if we now create more functions in the future, we don't have to rewrite all of this stuff out. We can just use this object with name thing right here. So it's very flexible. We can do it with many different types that might be long-winded or complex, and hopefully you can see how these type aliases can really help us out and reduce code duplication.